Hello guys, this is Dileep Nigam, CEO of Simply Excel Training International and Certified John Maxwell Coach coming at you. And today I'm going to talk about a very important subject, and the title is Failing Forward to Succeed. Now, how do we embrace failure in our life? Let me ask you a question before I touch on the subject. How many of you have failed in your journey to success? I'm sure the answer is yes. And the answer is yes for me too. I too have my share of failures in my journey of success in life. Let me share a small story with you. I was in the school at that time and I decided to participate in a cultural event and wanted to sing a song. But I prepared it so well. However, before my name was announced, suddenly another child go in the stage and sang the same song which I had prepared. Now, I didn't know what to do. I was feeling completely lost. Anyway, I still went on the stage hoping that I would be able to sing another song. But as soon as I stepped on the stage and in front of 500 children, I lost my voice and I lost my memory. I could not sing any song and I came rushing out of the stage to the backstage and started crying. Now, children at the backstage started consoling me and saying, "Don't worry about it. This is not the end of the world. You will have more opportunities in future." But the children and the crowd were all laughing and I felt so bad about it. Anyway, I came back home and discussed the whole story, shared the whole story with my parents. While my mother was trying to console me, my father asked me a question. He said, "Let me ask you a question. Who was laughing, the children in the public audience or the children at the backstage who had the guts to make a presentation on the stage?" I said, "Children in the crowd, in the attendance were laughing, audience were laughing. However, the children at the backstage were all cheering me up and applauding me and saying, 'Don't worry, you will do it next time.'" Now, he says the lesson to be learned is this. Learn from it what you can do in future so that this situation you are able to tackle. And the lesson learned was, in future, prepare not more just one song, but prepare more songs possibly. And the second lesson learned was, don't worry about what people think about your failure. It's all about how you react to your failure and are you able to take some lessons from that and move on in the journey of life. And I took that lesson to my heart. And that is how I embrace failures in my life. That's very vital. Now let me pause a moment here and let's look back. Where does these thoughts and perspectives and paradigms around failure come from? Now let's look at the education system. Our education system is designed to declare success based on grades and percentages. If a person does not achieve good grades in every score, that is where the problem is. They'll say, "You are not a successful guy." The whole focus lies on accomplishing good grades and scores, and that is what defines our success in schools and colleges. And likewise, even in our family, our parents put all their energies and efforts to help us focus on getting good scores and grades. At no point of time, parents will sit down and talk about their failure stories and say, "We failed too. Don't worry about it. Failure is just one step forward towards success." So it requires a paradigm shift, how we want to look at failures for our lives as well as for the lives of our children, and teach them that thought process, that you start looking at failure not as a negative word, but as a step towards success journey. Now, the companies which are involved into innovation, the word innovation, invention, and failure are intertwined. The companies know exactly that to be able to invent something fantastic in life, in future, you will go through successful, before you embrace the successful journey, you will go through stages of failures. But they don't call it failure. They call it a success journey. They call it data collection. They call it version 1, version 2. They call it the research process. And that is the spirit they embrace. Can we make a change in our thought process today? Can we start embracing the failure the same way an innovative company does? Absolutely. Now, you would have heard about a guy called Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk started a company in 2000, around early 2000s, called PayPal. He was the CEO of the company, and then after a couple of years, he was ousted from the same company as CEO, which he actually initiated. Doesn't matter. He moved on in life. He got some money after the sale of PayPal and started another company called SpaceX. SpaceX, the first 3 rocket launches of SpaceX, which was meant for commercial space endeavors, First 3 rockets failed. And the company was almost reaching the stage of bankruptcy. And they had money only left for 1 rocket launch. Now, Elon Musk has a couple of options at that time. To shut down the company and say, give up, or learn from the mistakes of the past 3 launches and go for the last final launch in a big way. And that is what happened. He succeeded. His 4th launch of SpaceX was a huge hit, was a huge success, to the extent that NASA engaged SpaceX as a commercial space launcher to send stuff to a space station and awarded them a contract for $1.6 billion. That's the real success story. Going forward, it did not stop here. Elon Musk started another company called Tesla Motors with the idea of inventing and creating an electrical vehicle, electric car. His first car, which was a very ambitious project called Roadster, was not a success at all. It hit a big failure again. The company Tesla Motors was again on the verge of bankruptcy till such time they kept working on it, and finally invented and came out in the market with Tesla Model S, which became a huge hit. Now, what do we learn from here? We have 2 choices in our life. Either we embrace failure and just resign to it and then say, fine, I'm done with life, or we learn from it and move on. That's the way Elon Musk's story is. And it's amazing. A lot of lesson can be learned from Elon Musk's story. And this is just one story. There are numerous success stories in the world like Elon Musk's story. That success is built on the stages of failure, as long as you learn from it. Now, let me close with a small story here. There's a young insurance agent who wanted to sell insurance to a big client, and he has been working hard for it for a while. He kept working. Finally, he won the effort, and the client says, fine, I'm willing to award the insurance and sign the insurance contract with you. He goes with the contract for signatures of the client. He keeps the contract, puts the contract on the table, and opens his pen for signing off. As soon as he opens the pen, a lot of ink from the cap of the pen leaks on the contract document, messing up the whole thing. He felt, man, oh my God, what do I do now? He rushes back to home and prepares a new contract and brings it to the client. But by the time he came back with a new document signed for signatures, opportunity was lost because the client decided to sign up with somebody else. Now, opportunity was lost. For a moment, the person who came with was the insurance agent felt very devastated. However, we recovered very soon from it. He says, I got to learn a lesson from it. I would like to invent a pen, or like to develop a pen which will never ever leak in future. The name of the person was Louis E. Waterman. He started a company called Waterman Pen Company, who started manufacturing some of the best pens, fountain pens in the world, and kept manufacturing those pens for over 100 years. What does it tell you? Within any adversity lies the seed of better or bigger opportunity. Adversities will come in our life anyways. The question is, how do we embrace them? And are we willing to take it as an opportunity, or we get just upset about it? Okay? And take a back seat. Guys, failing forward. How do I define failing forward to close the subject today? Failing forward means understand that failure is a part of the success journey. Take it in the right spirit. Take your lessons from it. Okay? And then believe that failure will come, whatever you may do. And then take it in the positive spirit and continue and take responsibility for the failures. Don't beat up yourself. Take responsibility and move on the journey. With that, I would like to close it today, and looking forward to talk to you next week again with another new topic. Thank you. Till such time, have a good day.